Good morning. Uh, I'm sorry you guys don't get any makeup this morning. I'm in a big hurry, but I just want to throw something out there really quick because it's on my mind this morning. There is a story in the Old Testament that has always bothered me, and it is when the Israelites. This is in Exodus. If you want to read it, I'm not doing it justice. It's a great story. There's a lot of detail that I don't have time to mention, but the gist of it is the people of Israel have been slaves in Egypt. God, through a series of miraculous plagues, convinces the Egyptian Pharaoh to let the people go free. He lets them go. They run. They're traveling across the desert, and Pharaoh changes his mind. He's coming after them with his army, his chariots, and his horses, and they're between the Red Sea and Pharaoh and his army, and they freak out, and they're crying. Oh, it would have been better for us to die in Egypt. And Moses says, "You guys, just be quiet, and God's going to do something. God will deliver you, right?" So God parts the Red Sea. He dries it up. The Israelites go through. They're on the other side of the Red Sea. The Egyptians try to follow them through the sea. God mires them down, and then he says to Moses, "Hold your rod out over the water, and it's going to close." And so he holds his hand out, he holds the rod out, the water's closed, they drown all the Egyptians. And the response of the Israelites is that they start singing. They start singing, they're dancing, they're praising God, they're all excited. Oh, and they're singing about how the Egyptians are drowned. This is their enemy, right? They're happy about it. And I've always had a problem with that. I don't have a problem with the fact that they rejoice when they saw God's deliverance. Of course they did. Everyone rejoices when when you need God to do something and he does it. It's fantastic. Everyone rejoices. That's not a problem. My problem is their attitude on the front side of the Red Sea when they were between the sea and Pharaoh's army, because they had already seen so much of God. They had already seen the plagues. They had already seen that he was going in front of them in a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. They had seen that when they were ready to leave Egypt, the Egyptians were so afraid of them that they were like, "Here, take all of our gold, take our everything valuable that we have, take it with you." I mean, they got rich off of their enemy as they were leaving the land, and they saw already that God had raised them up a deliverer, that he raised up Moses, that he sent Moses. I mean, they had seen, I feel like they had seen so much of him, and yet they were faithless. They were faithless when they were stuck there between Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea. And I guess, maybe I should be more sympathetic, but I have always looked at that and I've always said, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be. My personal opinion is that they're praising God on the wrong side of the river. I want to be somebody who praises God before the deliverance because he's worthy. He deserves it. He's amazing. He's lovely. He's patient. He's merciful. He's powerful. He's perfect justice and perfect love. And he's a creator. He deserves worship, whether things are going great in my life or not. Jesus said, "In the world you will have tribulation, but be encouraged because I've overcome the world." That's what he said. So we can expect tribulation in this world. I have tribulation in my life right now, and I'm determined this morning that it's not going to stop me from worshiping God the way that he deserves. I'm not going to worship him only after I see the deliverance. There will come a moment when we're going to have electricity in the shop and we're going to be able to go forward with our work, working normal and making enough money and, whatever. There will be a moment when we don't live in this little fifth wheel on this property with this strange and interesting person, and there maybe is going to come a point in time where my dogs have enough space to run around. That all is probably going to happen, and if it doesn't happen in this life, eternity is coming. Everything here is going to burn up anyway. no matter how much I like it or don't like it, everything here is going to burn up. So, you know, I want my mind and my heart to be focused on what is eternal. You know, that's what God says. Set your mind on things above that are in heaven with Christ. So I want to do that. So I'm going to stop this video, and I've got an appointment this morning. I need to run out of here, but I'm going to spend the time between uploading this thing and going to that appointment worshiping the Lord. And that is, I'm determined that's where my focus is going to be today and every day, because all of this stuff really is small potatoes compared to his worth. So if you are in a stuck place where you feel like nothing's going forward and you feel, you know, emotions are valid, but emotions are just emotions. God is worthy. God is worthy of praise regardless. So I want to encourage you to praise him because he deserves it. And then eventually you're going to see the deliverance. So thank you. And God bless you and have a lovely day.